When you think of games, what do you think about? The classic Super Mario Brothers? Or maybe the game we all played in our childhood, Pokemon? In a related but unrelated note, what do you think the biggest prize pool of this year was? The tennis major tournament, Wimbledon? Or maybe the once-in-a-year major golf tournament, the Masters? The biggest prize pool this year, which was available to all ages, was actually a gaming tournament called the International. The International is a gaming competition for a game called Dota 2, also known as Defense of the Ancients 2. This tournament has been held by a gaming company called Valve and has already been held 4 times before, and this one is the 5th year. Like I said, this tournament had the biggest total prize pool of the year, and gaming has never been such a big thing. Dota 2 is a MOBA game, and there are several other MOBA games as well. Dota 2 is a 5v5 multiplayer game where each player controls a unit, also called a hero. All of these MOBAs has the same idea. 5 players come together to defeat the enemy's shrine, also known as throne. The other major MOBA game, which is not Dota 2, is a game called League of Legends by Riot Games. Both of these games were created at the same year, 2009, but the origins of both of these games go way back. In 1998, a modder called Aeon64 created Aeon of Strife, a fan-made custom map for Blizzard's real-time strategy game, StarCraft. And well, this was quite the popular mod. In 2002, Blizzard released its next real-time strategy game, Warcraft 3. Like StarCraft, it came with tools that enabled players to create custom maps and scenarios. In 2003, a map editor named Yule created a mod inspired by Aeon of Strife called Defense of the Ancients. Soon, players would know that game as the first Dota 1. Eventually, a modder named Steve Feek, who went by the handle Guinso, created Dota All-Stars. This version combined elements from multiple variations on Dota, and it quickly became the most popular version of the map. However, Dota All-Stars was still a mod for Warcraft 3. This means that it depended on all the assets from the game, so it could never feature a hero character that used a completely new model, nor could it give any of the creators who worked on it a monetary profit. Feek would eventually leave development of the map to another modder named IceFrog. Under IceFrog's guidance, Dota continued to grow in popularity as it became a more balanced game. Other companies began to take notice of Dota's popularity. Soon, standalone games would try to replicate its success. The first notable one was 2009's Demigod, a MOBA before the term was ever coined. At this point, most gave the genre the same name as the game that popularized it, Dota. Demigod was similar to the Warcraft 3 map in many ways, with demigods acting like hero units. However, server issues at the game's launch prevented many players from connecting to online games. Partially because of these issues, also didn't help that its main competitor was a free map, and this was not a free map. Later that year, another standalone MOBA would have a much bigger impact. When Feek left Dota, he eventually joined a developer called Riot Games. The company soon created its own version of the title called League of Legends. It was similar to the Warcraft 3 map in style and design, but its aesthetics were a bit more cartoony and the mechanics a bit easier to understand. Most importantly, however, it was a pricing structure. League of Legends was free to play, meaning that anyone could download it and immediately try it by using a rotating selection of free heroes. However, if you wanted a specific hero that wasn't free, you'd have to buy him or her. The business model was a huge success. Suddenly, people who would never download a mod for an old PC game like Warcraft 3 were crucially trying out the new MOBA, a term that Riot Games itself coined. In 2009, the same year that League of Legends launched, formed Half-Life developer Valve announced that it had hired IceFrog, that modder that had taken over maintaining Dota All-Stars after Feek left for the Riot Games. IceFrog and Valve were working on Dota 2, another standalone successor to the original Dota. Dota 2 was incredibly faithful to the original Warcraft 3 map, although it had a much nicer graphics thanks to Valve's source engine. It was also free to play via Valve's digital store, Steam, right at the game's 2013 launch. From when MOBA games were created, it has developed a lot. The main reason of this happening is because of the technical advances the world has took, making it available to have online games which you can play with friends all across the world. Gaming is beginning to be very big, and people who actually has gaming as a job has increased a massive amount, and it will most likely keep on increasing.